We'll be talking about how to write a personal statement, an outstanding personal statement. So we'll begin. The host is Inter Resources Limited, and we have successfully supported over 500 students relocate from Africa to the UK, US, Canada, and we assist them settle in, get a job, and all that requires living a comfortable life in the UK and succeeding as a student. Please, if you're joining in, introduce yourself at the chat box. Let's know where you're joining in from, and any questions you have to ask, you could type in the chat box. Our team would be replying all your messages. Thank you. Inter scholars don't just focus on study. We also support communities back in Africa. We do some community development projects, assisting young people in school, the disabled, all that has to do with community development. So that's where our profit is shared to. We have the interest of the young people back in Africa at heart. Then who am I and why am I here today? My name is Victoria Adiroba, and I'm a career coach, the HR director of Inter Resources Limited and Inter Scholars. And on the screen, yes, it shows that not only have I found myself as a HR director is something I've been very passionate about, and has assisted me, has guided me towards getting scholarships, admissions to degrees here in the UK, and I'm also fortunate to be partner, a young African leader of the United States. So how did I even get here? It all involved that outstanding personal statement. It took me a lot of personal statement writing to be where I am today, and that's why I will be guiding you through on how to write an outstanding personal statement. With an outstanding personal statement, you stand a better chance of getting that scholarship, of getting that admission, of even getting that job. Yeah. So I wouldn't keep all of this to myself. I'll guide you through on how to write your own personal statement and achieve your own goals, your career goals, your if you want scholarship, if you want admission. So we'll just get straight at it, right? So the value for attending this program today, which I've said thank you all for attending, and you're not going to be wasting your time because I will be telling you what personal statement is, guiding you through on how to plan your personal statement and what to consider while planning your personal statement, how to structure your personal statement, things to expect in each paragraph, what to put in each paragraph of your personal statement. And you could ask any question, and I also have something for you if you stick through to the end of this program or of this presentation. So don't forget to keep the chat going, the chat box. We want to know where you're joining us from. We want to know your name, and whatever questions you have to ask, please feel free to ask in the chat box. So what is personal statement, right? Personal statement, I would say it's also called, some people know it to be statement of purpose. So it's a document it's an essay actually, an essay written for the purpose of conveying the reasons why you want to study that course, why that particular university, why that country, you have to convey and convince the institution that you are suitable to be a student, an alumni of that university or of that institution or of that scholarship scheme. So it's an essay that has to be clear, concise. Straight to the point, that talks about why you are fit, why you are the best candidate among other 40 and thousands and thousands of people who have applied for that position. Also, a personal statement is not just written for university or academic purpose alone. Yeah, it's also written just in case you want to get a scholarship, you want to get into that job position. Some jobs right now some organizations require a personal statement. So you need to know how to put yourself out there and how to convince that reader, that person who needs to give you that job opportunity or the admission, that you are suitable and you're fit for that position. So when planning your personal statement, there are things you need to consider. First of all, you would have to assess yourself, think it through, which course do you want to study if you're coming to study. Today, I'm going to be focusing more on the academic aspect if you want to study in the UK, yeah? Because most of us want to study abroad and we are confused on how to even construct a personal statement. So one of the things you would need to think through is, what course do you want to study? Some of us we're currently probably in the business line, and you want to study something like maybe cybersecurity, or you want to study financial technology, something outside your current course or your previous course studied. So it's very important to think it through. What course do you want to study? Research on that course. What are the subjects that will be taught on that course? What are the skills required of that course? Do you even have the skill set for you to excel in that course, right? Then you go further to think and research on the universities that offer that course. You would agree with me that not all universities offer all the courses. So it's very important for you to highlight the universities, search on universities that offer your chosen course, and you would need to know universities, compare the universities, and choose the one that best suits you, right? So we'll go forward to say, after you've chosen the university, there are requirements specific to a university. For example, if you want to apply to a university, to probably Oxford, right? The requirement of what is required of the personal statement, of the statement of purpose, will be way different from what is required of a university like, let me say, University of Westminster, which I'm an alumni of, right? So for the university, you need to go to the website, research, read, find out more on what is required, find out specifics on that course, because some subjects, which is here, we call them modules, that are taught in one university might be different from what is taught in another university, but the same course. But the name of the module could be different. So you need to portray the fact that you have made enough research before you even start writing your personal statement. It's very, very important. Then, I know some of us would just like to write and write and write. Your personal statement has to be clear, concise, straight to the point. You have limited words. So we expected, for an average university, for most of the universities here, your personal statement is expected to be around 500, 550 to 1,000. Please, I want to specify again, some universities, especially the very top universities, could require more. But most of the universities, majority across the UK, Canada, US, across, would require a concise and this particular about this word counts. Then you would also need to highlight, remember that, okay, what stands you out from others, from other people who could be applying for this, right? Some of us could be passionate about, probably you are very intriguing. You've been lecturing right from probably when you were in secondary school, yeah, and you want to be a teacher now, or you're studying education in maybe chemistry or something like that, and you have been very, very eloquent and good with teaching. You even have a YouTube channel and all of that. Highlight those qualities that stands you out, right? Your skill sets, highlight them before you even begin writing your personal statement, so you don't leave anything out. And I will just mention it on time now. It's better to start early than late. Don't keep it to the last minute. So we'll go ahead. Okay. So the next is structuring your personal statement. Again, there is no one way of writing personal statement. The most important thing is you're conveying the right information. It's clear, it's concise, it's not boring, and it stands you out, right? So I will just put you through on how to structure your personal statement and what is required per paragraph of your personal statement. So we'll begin from the introduction. So you would have to have a strong opening statement, very strong opening statement for you to even captivate the reader, right? So your personal statements, you have to be careful. It shouldn't start like something like all my life I have wanted, because that's not true. Those are cliche words, right? So you would have to probably start with, I'm thinking of an example to give, although don't worry, we are going to send you a template to follow and a guide on how to construct your personal statement after this webinar. Yeah. So in your first paragraph, you have to begin with a very strong and captivating opening statement. Then in your first paragraph, you have to think, what do you want to study? This is where you state what you want to study. Okay, I want to study, for example, business, project management because of XYZ. What has inspired you to study business management, right? And what interests? Where did you find your interest? So, for example, you have been working for an organization as a not a full staff, as a contract staff, and you studying your personal statement or getting that degree in project management would have scaled you up to being a full staff, giving you that better opportunity in the organization. Why? And you've been saying, or you have someone, a mentor in that organization that has boosted your interest in studying project management, or your father has been a project manager and you find it very fascinating. What has inspired you to even want to study that particular course of your choice, right? So it's very important to put it in the first paragraph of your personal statement. That captures the mind of the reader to keep reading. So I'll just highlight the phrases you shouldn't use, right? Don't use things like from a young age. No, because really from a young age, you didn't even know anything. When you were, no, really, all your life, all those are wrong. Those are not right to use. No, those are cliche words to use. So go ahead. Then the body of your paragraph, the body of your personal statement, things to highlight. So you have to mention your why you want to study and why is that study relevant to you, right? You have to mention relevant studies, professional courses, projects, and other activities that relate to this particular course you have chosen. So for example, if you want to study, I would stick with project management, right? If you want to study project management, probably you must have done Prince 2, yeah? You highlight it that you've taken a professional course in Prince 2, and you want to take it further to get a master's degree in project management, right? So you have to highlight very relevant courses and link it to your interest. Everything you have to write has to be very linking. No irrelevant information in your personal statement because of the limited word count, right? So you have to highlight specific academic experience. This is not the time where you start saying you got A in maths or you got B. All of that is in your degree, which you've already submitted to the institution, or you will be submitting alongside your personal statement. So you don't have to highlight all of that. All you just need to highlight is, for example, if you're very proficient in English and you're wanting to study project management, for example, you don't have to say I got A in project in English, right? You say due to your you were very eloquent and you did excellently well while studying English. Sorry, I'm a bit divided, but you have to link it to the project management. So in that case, you are very good in writing a project plan because of your strength in English. So that way you're linking it to project management. Same thing goes if you very, very good in mathematics, right? So you're not saying you had A in mathematics or any of that. You're saying due to your strength, your academic strength in mathematics, you did this, that, you were good at arithmetics, and that way you would be able to calculate, the project management courses and all of that. So you have to provide specific key skills. So probably the skill you have to research skills that are required for the course you are studying. So if you want to study medicine, what skills are required for you to be a doctor, right? What skills are required for you to study medicine? So probably time management. So you're good in time management. So how would you even show or convince, what is the evidence that you're good with time management? Give an example of what, when you had a cold, a period of time for someone like us who has studied before. So we had to turn in courses on time. Yeah, we had deadlines to meet for a particular module. So that portrays that I have built good time management skills. Teamwork, teamwork, projects you've carried out in the past, number of team you worked with, and how you coordinated that team, the project, and how successful that project was. That way, you're portraying that you have good team management skill that would assist you become a good project manager. So all of this, you're linking it back. As you're referring to this skill, it has to be something that is very relevant to the course of your choice. Then if it's your choice, if probably you've done during your first degree, your BSc or your MSc, you carried out a research that is very interesting, and you have to give specific and strong reason why you want to study that course. Why you want to study at the university. So for example, if you want to, while I was writing my personal statement for my first scholarship, which is by the British Council, I had to give strong reason why I wanted to study in University of Westminster. One of the reasons I gave, which I wouldn't give right now, is that it's in the city. And since I want to study human resource management, I was looking for an avenue to attend seminars, conferences, all of which are mostly hosted in the city, which is London, right? That was convincing enough. But the university itself also had ultra modern library, which I highlighted. I made enough research, my findings on the university, and the university is one of the top universities, especially for human resource management. They are very, very renowned for popular for human resource management courses, right? So this I highlighted. Same thing you would have to do. Why do you want to study that course? What is that unique attribute, unique thing that your university offers that other universities don't have, or other universities will not provide you? It might be that it's a lecturer, a tutor in that university has an award, and you're looking forward to meeting with that tutor. The university is one of the high-ranking universities. All of that. Why have you chosen that university? Your application is for you to get an offer in that university. So it has to be very convincing. It has to stand out. You have to do your due diligence by making enough findings and research, and be sure that you love the school. You have to love the school. You'll be there, and you'll be carrying the name on your certificate for a long, long time. So you have to portray that you love the school. Yeah. So if the university is abroad, you would have to give reason. Why do you want to study in the UK or in Canada or in US? For example, I want to study in the UK because the degree is accepted globally and is highly recognized, right? So now you would understand that the UK certificate, not to downgrade any university degree or country's degree, right? But a UK university degree will be way more acceptable, credible than a degree from some of the schools. Now I'm being, but almost all the schools in Nigeria, yeah? So a degree from Nigeria will be nothing compared to a degree from the UK. Now you've given a strong reason why you have to study in the UK, why you want to study in Canada. Same thing in Canada, why do you want to study in Canada, right? A degree from Canada, or you say, okay, for me, one of the strong reasons I said I wanted to study in the UK, for example, is I also highlighted that it's a multinational country, has different culture, a multicultural country. So I'll be learning with people from China, Zimbabwe, Ghana, people from France, all over in one room. So that enough is saying, okay, this girl really wants to study in the UK and she knows what she is saying. Same thing goes to you. Why do you want to study in the UK? Don't come with some talks like, you want to study in the UK because I want to leave my country that is suffering. No. So it has to be also linked back to the academic angle of why you have to want to study, not just why you want to travel to the UK if you're wanting to study outside your country of residence. So I'll go ahead. Please, if you have any question, you can put it in the chat box and I would address it afterwards. So there are some specific situations where you would have to address. For example, if you had a gap, so let's say you finished studying 10 years ago and you have a 10 years, since 10 years you've not been to any academic institution. Why? You would have to explain why, what you have been doing throughout that time, and how that your experience or what you've been doing links to making you successful in your current course and in that university you're studying. For example, someone who studied BSc. So BSc in, let's say, marketing, right? Specifically marketing. You've been working with, which product should I use? Maybe Chiki noodles, yeah, in Nigeria. So you've been working with them, organizing projects, all of that over the 10 years. You've acquired a lot of experience. Now you want to further further your education in marketing. So now you've actually said, although you have left school 10 years ago, you've acquired 10 years of experience, which will be very useful to your academics, to your study, or your study in marketing, yeah, or project management. You can link that to project management as well. So it has to be specific to what you've been doing. You have to link it to your course, why you want to study and what you are studying, and what you've been doing throughout that 10 years has to be in your personal statement, has to be well written in your personal statement. Then if you are going to a different field, now people are trying to get a degree in nursing, an IT course, and all of that, right? So if you were previously a business student, management study, doing management, arts, social sciences, yeah, and you want to port to nursing, interestingly, you'll be wondering, why would someone, if you were the person reading or wanting to give that admission, why would someone studying business want to now do nursing? You have to give a reason why. We've had scenarios where we would advise they explain that, be close to the truth as possible, right? So you've realized that you no longer have much interest in business. However, your business degree is still very much useful to you after you studied nursing, as you want to have small clinic, as you want to run small clinics around your home country, Nigeria. So you want to start dealing with nursing equipment, you want to start going into the business of that. So you can link it. You have to link, everything has to link. It shouldn't be that you're a confused person that does this one today, does the other one tomorrow. What if there is no longer interest in nursing? So you have to find that synergy for it to link, that midpoint between all the courses you have acquired. So remember, this is not the time you start saying that you had distinction in business, A1, B2 in this, B3 in that. You don't have to mention all of that. All they want to see is that you know what you're doing. You are convincing that you want to study nursing in that particular institution, and what you're doing currently links to what you want to, the course you want to study with that institution, right? So you also have to highlight, if you are wanting to study in the UK, integral scholars as guides with all the admission. I know you wouldn't have such problems because we guide you through on what should be your personal statement, how to put through, even as much as what is the amounts required in your account, and assist you to get that admission travel to the UK, no matter your condition. We'll see to that you're supported, highly supported. However, for those ones who, I would just mention it here, it's very important for you to highlight in your personal statement who is sponsoring your study. So it could be that you're sponsoring it on your own. How did you even acquire a whole sum of, let me say an average, because it's usually an average of £14,000 for your tuition fee. So an average of £14,000. How were you able to accumulate such amount of money when you earn 40,000 naira back home? So you would have to come up, and the institution will need to know. So instead of them asking you during your interview or turning it down because you can afford it, it's good to highlight it there that you'll be sponsoring yourself. However, you have businesses and and you earn and that's how you've been able to save up to that amount over time. For your education. That's convincing. That's good enough for them to say, okay, this person can afford studying with us, right? Another important point is if you have, for example, a disability, it's this people living with disability in the UK are very supported. But it would be wise to highlight it in your personal statement that, okay, you are blind. No, you can't be blind, right? You can't be blind. So, but for example, you are dyslexic, or you have one learning disability or the other. You have to highlight it and how you've been able to successfully strive regardless, right? So that it will be able to provide you support. So any other important information specific to you should be in your personal statement. But please, has to be relevant information. How I can't emphasize that enough. It has to be relevant information. So move ahead. Then your conclusion. Remember, we've spoken about the body of your personal statement. So let me just put this on silent. The body of your personal statement, some specific information that you would require if you fall into this category. And now we're talking about a strong conclusion. Your conclusion has to be, is where they make the decision, like, okay, this person has gotten it. We give the person the offer, right? So it has to link back to your introduction. If you said at your introduction that one of the reasons why you want to study, let me use myself, HR, right, is to guide people towards getting the unemployed. For example, you mentioned that there is high rate of 90-something% of unemployment back in your country or in my country, right? And you've written about that. Now, at the end, he has to link that, that I would be probably, let me say, I'll have an agency that will be guiding unemployed youth on how to get that employment and all of that, right? So it has to be linking. There is that link in it. Then what is my plan? So what is your plan for studying that course? What do you want to do afterwards, right? So my plan is, upon completion of the course, upon completion of my study in, for example, University of Westminster, I'll become a human resource director, a career coach who will be assisting the youth in blah 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 blah, and getting youths in Africa or youths all over the world to find their passion and get that employment of their choice or achieve that career of their choice. So now you have mentioned your plan. Currently, then how does the degree help you? So if I'm wanting to study HR, right, I'm not studying a course that is, let me say, career, or I'm studying a course in coaching in that sense, if there is a course like that, yeah, there's in the university. So I'm wanting to study HR. How does it even link? Or currently I just completed another master's, which is sponsored by the River State government, yeah. So I have to convince them I have HR in Westminster before, sponsored by the British Council. And another one now I want to study, I just completed a business administration course, right? A master's in business with placement. How does this affect you, or how does it help me become a career coach, a good career coach? So I would need to know a lot about businesses, how to execute businesses and all of that before I can even start advising someone on career, right? So This is aside from all the career coaching courses I have attained or have acquired. So I have to find that link on how does my current degree link to my profession that I want to do or what I want to become, or how does it link to my previous course? How does it link? You have to find that link. How is it related? So you could go as far as saying you currently earn 100,000 naira and acquiring a degree in the UK in, for example, a degree in the UK in medicine would project you towards earning as much as 500,000 naira, right? But for me, I would always say let your figures be in pounds in the country you're applying. So if it's, you should, what's the pounds equivalent of 500,000 naira? What is the US, what's the dollar equivalent of 500,000 naira? Always be sure to use the currency of the country you're applying to. So that way you are being very specific. You know you have made your due diligence. The university can see it. The reader can see that you know what you're saying. You're passionate about that course. You know what you want to use the course for. You want that particular institution and why you want that particular institution, right? So for people like us who are into, people like me who is into community development projects, right? I might highlight that this, which is the last point, I highlight that upon completion of my course in that university or completion of my course in so and so in HR or in business, in my community would, the rate of unemployment in my community would reduce by so and so percent, right? But you have to give realistic goals. It has to be realistic, or you'll be assisting to so and so. You have to list, name that change, highlight that change that your current course upon completion will give to yourself, your personal, yourself, your community, your business, all of us. So your conclusion has to be very strong. I know there is a lot I have mentioned for you to absorb within 30 minutes. But as I said earlier, that Interareal Scholars, we are here to support you, guide you on how to write your personal statement. And we have a lot of information on our website, which is www.interarealscholars.com. Yeah. So go to our website, explore our website, and get all the support you need towards studying abroad, getting that your tier 2 job you want abroad here in the UK. Yeah. And all this opportunity, even if you want to study in any other, you want to apply yourself, or trust me, it's free, right? It's free to apply with us. So I just decided to highlight that. Then let's go ahead. When you're done, you feel you've written it. So upon completion, you have to be sure that you use the right terminology while you're writing your personal statement. I would have mentioned that earlier, but it's very, very important. You have to use the terminology that is specific to your course. What are those terms? If, for example, you want to be a doctor, you can't say the person's body is hot, temperature. You use the right terminology, use the equipment. What is it called? All of this would show that you know what you are saying. You are sure that you want to study that course, and you made your research, and you will succeed in that course, right? Then I think I want to just go back. One of the things you would need to highlight while writing your personal statement is you have to show that you would succeed in that course, in the module, the course you want to study. So how do you convince your reader or the institution that is to give you the offer, the admission, that you succeed in the course? So, for example, you would agree with me that there is what they call African time. You're fond of coming to meetings and all of that late, and that could affect your grades, right? Or you might not even turn up at all. What will convince them you have good time management skills, that you won't miss your turn-in time, right? What convinces them that you have the right set of skill for you to pass that medicine? So all of it, you have to be convincing that you have the skill set, the resilience too, is required for you to study in the UK and study in the system that is quite different from the system you're used to. So I'll just continue. Then seek support. Yes, don't shy away from getting support. Interior scholars, we are here to support you. Our WhatsApp number will be at the end, and our website is www.interiorscholars.com. We are here to support you. Also seek support from family and friends because they know you. When you read your personal statements, they'll be able to tell you if it even makes sense. Is it right? I had a situation where I was to guide a family towards writing personal statements, and he read the personal statement to me. There were a lot of interesting things that were omitted, and we sorted that out. So that helped, because sometimes you might not be able to, you as an individual might omit some very relevant information that will be interesting and intriguing towards you getting the admission. Same goes to me while I was applying for my scholarship, the second scholarship I had. It was very, very demanding. At the end of it, I started rambling, right? So it really helped when that I could read to other people who know me, and we put all of that together. So I got enough support, and that was how I got this scholarship in the first place. I wanted to read some of my personal statement, but I felt okay, I could drop it upon demand, but it's going to be unnecessary for me to read it on here. So I'll just jump at it. So it's very important to read and get other support required. Then keep your personal statement very captivating, interesting. Please keep it positive. We don't want to hear that. I don't think anyone wants to read that. That is even weird for me even saying it, that your passion came about after you lost. No, I won't even say that. But don't say anything. Don't put any negative, anything teary, in your personal statement. Try and keep it bright, positive, and very clear, concise. Not too much story. Then be as truthful as possible. You wouldn't want to lie that you were the president of the Nigerian Business, Management Council, and that is why you are. No. As much as I believe very much in personal branding, but it's you being able to portray your truth in the most captivating way, not you digging up unnecessary lies and putting it in your paper, because if they could feel, they would know. Especially if you say you claim that you've read project management textbook when you've never touched it. You don't even know what the content is, right? Some very unnecessary, please try and omit lies in your personal statement. I think that is all. Then I mentioned at the start of this that I had something for you. So this is our WhatsApp what's it called, barcode. So please feel free to chat us up, any other information and all of that. Then also I mentioned that I'll hold that thought for now. So we'll still stick around. So any question, I can see a lot of people are joining in late, sadly. So let me see. Yes, okay. Oluwatosin, that's not a problem. So just if you registered through us and we have your email address, I would share it with you. And if you need any other support, I am here to guide you through. Then any question, our contact information is on the chat box. Please feel free to save it, chat us, explore our website www.interiorscholars.com, right? So yes, Olumide, thank you for joining, all of you for joining in. We would share the slide with everyone who registered, right? Because we have your email addresses. Unfortunately, for those ones who didn't, you would have to go to our website and would see how to put it in there on our website.
Okay, good day.
Yes.
And
good morning, Mr. Joe.
I want to really commend the work you're doing. It's really commendable. You've answered a whole lot of some other questions that I would have wanted to raise.
Thank you.
To get us this recorded slide, and maybe the voiceover on this slide as well. I also want to find out what's the possibility of having to coach someone through the process of writing the personal statement? Not just a one-off thing like this. Maybe some persons may want to write it segment by segment. Okay, like this is a paragraph one, this is a paragraph two. Am I doing well here? Until the person have a good composed statement of personal statement. I mean, I don't know whether I'm communicating here.
Yes, totally. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
over.
Okay, so it's almost impossible for you to grasp everything within 45, about an hour. So intramural scholars, we are here. Yes, would coach you through. Would also provide templates, this recording, and an example of what a personal statement should look like on our website. However, you can always chat us up. You can always request for support. And when you provide your personal statement to us, especially if you're applying to university through us, we would guide you through on your personal statement and would have one-on-one coaching time for us to talk through your personal statement. We are always here to support you. I don't know if that helps, Mr. George.
Yes, that's great. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So any other questions, please, that is relevant to this presentation, please? Any other? Okay, let me see the charts if there is any. So please feel free. Intramural scholars, we are here to always support you. We've assisted people relocate from Africa to the UK, to Canada, to the US to study and to work. So sponsorship. So we also do tier 2 for those ones who want to come and work as probably a nurse, a doctor, or some other skilled work here in the UK or other here in the UK. For now, our strength is in the UK. We've not had anyone refused or visa or not getting an offer. So I think that I'm very proud to say that. So if you need that support, and also we also assist with career coaching. So you are confused on what to study. For example, you want to study in the UK, but you're contemplating should you study fintech or accounting, or you're confused. We are here to also guide you through on what to study and any other support that you would require for you to successfully arrive in the UK, settle in, and succeed while in the UK. So thank you very much all for attending. I would ask again. I said I have something free for everyone. So for everyone who attended this program, we will be sending to your emails a template of how to write a personal statement. And also we usually give free consultation anyway, but you'll be given priority anytime, so long you just say you attended today's program. Whatever you want to find out, any other information you want to find out about all our services, we are here to pick your calls. We are here to always support you and guide you through the process. I want to also indicate that for those ones who are struggling financially, you don't necessarily need millions and millions for you to study in the UK. It's about you taking that first leap, getting that admission, that offer, and we guide you through and would walk you through together towards studying in the university of your choice and in the country of your choice. Thank you very much all for attending. And I want to say thank you to all interim team that's on here today and has organized this webinar class for the benefit of all of you and made me give this today. I look forward to hosting you all for subsequent support presentations that would help guide you towards achieving your goals. Thank you very much.